Our home, our history, our pride. Year after year, as seasons change and memories are made, one thing will never change. Home is always right here. And when you walk through our doors, we never forget that, because this is our home too. So come on in, have a seat, and welcome home. The Triple R Roadhouse in the Clarion Mall, just off Interstate 80 at exit 62.
Otto-Eldred High School for another edition of the D9Sports.com District 9 2015 football tour. First year head coach Nick LaBella. Nick, why don't you tell us who you've got with you here?
I've got a senior captain here, Heath Stewart. He's a wide out and running back, and probably play some safety and linebacker defensively. And I have a junior, Seth Drummond, who's going to be our starting running back and starting linebacker as well.
Nick, this is your first year as head coach here at Otto. How's things going so far for you?
First day of official practice today. I've been really excited with how many guys we've had out over the summer. We had some 7-on-7 workouts, just some drills nights here, and lots of lifting time. We had probably 15 to 25 guys involved through that. We made a couple trips to Oswego Valley for our co-op as well, and just excited about all the guys that we have out.
Seth, it just seems like you've been around forever and you're only a junior, but talk a little bit about what your expectations are going into the year.
Oh, my expectations are really high, especially this year. For some reason, I feel different about this year. Like, it was like 40 guys the other night, and I think that's the biggest team I've ever played on, and that numbers always make me feel better about a season. So,
Heath, what can people expect out of the Terrors offense?
I expect us to not give up. I mean, we might not have the biggest line around or the biggest guys in general, but we're still going to fight, and I don't think that you can take us for granted. But
Nick, what would you like to see this team accomplish defensively?
Defensively, I'd really just, these guys have already talked about with the effort. We're not going to be able to line up big stud defensive tackles and play off of them, but we're going to have some guys that I know can get after it, and some athletic guys that can make some plays, and I'm going to really stress offensively and defensively just possessions. We need to try and take possessions away from them and try and come up with strips and interceptions and just try and get off the field as quickly as possible, and so we can start handing the ball back off to these guys.
Heath, what do you think on the defensive side of the football that your goals are?
well, I expect them to expect us to not break a lot. If we bend, then I expect us to not just completely snap and let up these huge plays, to make them work and fight for every single yard and not give up these huge plays.
And I can tell you, he's going to be one of the leaders on our defense. He's probably going to play a strong safety role, and he's going to have to make sure that we're all in the right spots. And that's the big thing, get everybody in the right spot and just let them play.
Seth, when you look at playing both offense and defense, which one do you like playing better?
Offense, for sure.
What's the reason for that?
I like running the ball. I don't know what it is. I've done it since I was like 8, so I've always loved it.
Nick, tell people why they should come out and watch the Terrors this year.
Well, these two guys are a couple good reasons. I think there's just an excitement. Seth talked about it. There's just a general excitement around the program and around the school, not just for our team, but there's some good athletes going through on the girls' side as well. And these guys have seen some success in hoops and baseball, and I think they're ready to see it show up from day one in football. They finished pretty strong last year, but I think they're looking at trying to maybe knock off some of those teams in the south of the AML.
When you guys see what baseball did last year and all of that, can that carry over into football?
Absolutely. It's kind of like a snowball effect. You have confidence, and then more people come out because they see the success you're having. They want to be a part of it. So then you have more guys. Like Seth said, we had 40 guys here. We haven't had 40 guys here as long as I can remember. So I feel like we're doing pretty well.
Well, guys, thanks for joining me on another edition of the D9Sports.com District 9 Football Tour 2015, and good luck this season.
Thanks, Chris.